it's Deb and Frank again.
Hi.
We've got a big white thing here. What is it?
I suppose you're wondering. Well, let me tell you. This is a dehydrator, a food dehydrator.
Or a home dehydrator?
A phone
home dehydrator.
Maybe you can do that as well on it. I'm not sure. It does most things.
Hello. What is it?
This is a home food dehydrator. It will take the water out of the food and make it dry, which increases the time you can store it and the time that it remains safe to eat.
You sure it's safe?
I'm sure it's safe. I've been eating food from this lovely manifestation for years.
What we did was we got a few families together and chipped in a few dollars and bought a dehydrator to share, mainly for our hiking trips and bushwalking trips and stuff. But you also use it when we go camping, don't you?
I do. When we go car camping, I'll usually dehydrate several meals, which makes life in the bush much, much more pleasant.
So what sort of stuff do you dehydrate, Deb?
Well, I dehydrate curries, chilies.
Any sort of curries? Chili?
Any sort of curries, any sort of chilies. You can blanch vegetables and dehydrate those and they come back magnificently. We can dehydrate fruit, you can dehydrate potatoes, you can dehydrate cooked food, and you can dehydrate raw food.
And you can dehydrate water.
Just add water.
Yeah, just add water and you've got water at the end. Okay, how does this little baby work?
Righto. It's an electric device.
Electric?
Yep. There are other ways of dehydrating using your oven that are quite costly, really. This is what it looks like. It's got a little heater and a motor like your hairdryer, I suppose.
It blows a lot of hot air.
So it does blow a lot
turn it
of
on
hot
for a
air. Yes, so as I said, it's electric. Plug it in.
Whoa, see?
Can you hear the noise? And there's hot air. There's a temperature setting on this. This is a Fowler's Vacola, which is an Australia-New Zealand brand.
We don't get any commissions, but we better turn it off, actually, because we'll be going, hello?
There is a temperature setting on the side, and the book that comes with it gives you a general guide for dehydrating different food. You use different temperatures. Personally, I set it on 140 degrees, which is the highest setting, and let her go.
Let it go. So,
Can't hurt the food.
what comes with it is a lid, which we'll talk about in a minute, and then trays. In the basic thing, we're not selling Fowler's Vacola ones. Any dehydrator will come with trays.
That stack.
That stack, and they let air through it. And the idea is that you can, in these ones, are perfect for what sort of stuff?
They're perfect for vegetables, fruit, things with large pieces that even when dry will not be small enough to fall through
The holes, because they go into that little motor and it crunches up. So the other option is you can use, what do you call these? These
solid plastic trays.
And we use those for when we're drying or dehydrating food to go hiking or camping. Say like spaghetti bolognese, chili, con carne.
Yogurt.
Yogurts.
Yeah.
Yogurt?
Yogurt.
You dry yogurt?
I try yogurt, and it's brilliant. Comes back a treat.
As a leather.
As a leather, yeah. Which leads me to fruit leathers. You can squash up your kiwi fruit or your bananas, spread them on here, dry them, and they come up like a leather.
So they go in there. You put another tray on.
Yep. And generally, with the various dehydrator systems you can buy, you can stack them 8 or 10 high, and they work better the more you stack them on.
Yeah, we were going to just keep stacking them up, but we wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, I was going to make Frank disappear.
Which is probably a really good thing. The other important part is the truck. Okay, truck behind us. The other important part is the lid, which has got a hole in it to let the hot air
come out, so that you the hot, moist air comes out, and it sucks air in around the bottom. Gets warmed up, comes through the top, absorbing the moisture from the warm food inside and out the top.
All right.
That's
Now,
how it works.
if I'm going to dehydrate, I know the answer to this question, but you mightn't. If I'm going to dehydrate curry, say any sort of store-bought curry from a restaurant or curry you've made at home, couple of quick tips.
Cut everything very, very small. If you have meat in your curry, make it 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter,
Half an inch.
half an inch by half an inch, or smaller.
Yep.
Yep.
Spread it out.
Spread it out very thinly.
Dry mix. Not too wet.
No, yes, the drier the better. If you're making it at home, don't make it too soupy.
Yep.
It just dries more quickly.
Spread it out on the tray. Turn the thing on. Probably before you go to bed's a good idea.
Yeah, generally I put it on late in the afternoon, early evening, and by the next morning most foods are dry.
Yep.
Yep.
Takes about how many hours?
Depending on how wet your food is or how big your chunks are, like baked beans might take a little bit longer, and you may have to turn them over partway through so it dries on the bottom as well as the
Yep.
top. Oh, can be anywhere from 4 hours to 14 hours.
14 hours. And then you know it's dry because it's, well, actually, here's the plug. In our book, Food to Go, it's got all these instructions in there about how to check stuff. I'm
That's right.
blatant, aren't I?
Oh, you're shameless,
I
man.
am
You're
shameless. Anyway.
Oh, he's right. There are different ways. When a leather is dry, it's dry to touch, but it's pliable. When it's meat, it's kind of sharp and dry.
Dry,
Yeah,
crunchy.
for
yeah.
some vegetables, like corn, will dry so brittle that you can tap them with a hammer and they shatter. So different things, different ways of telling that they're dry.
Okay, so then how long it'll keep for a fair while?
Various things keep a various length of time. If you're just trying it out, you can always pop it in a Ziploc bag, keep it in your fridge. It'll keep up to 6 months.
I've got a mate who
generally.
freezes his as well. Freezes it.
Freezer, yeah, that'd be a great way to go,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. So you can cook up a whole stack of food and freeze it. Can you sort of, what are the dangers? Can you die?
Well, I suppose you could die. It would be unusual, but
Especially if you put your finger in the electric.
the electric socket, that would be a blatant way of going. If you didn't dry the food
properly. And
then
there's
stored it
Yeah.
so that the bacteria might get on it and the bacteria
but
could...
we haven't died yet.
We haven't died yet,
Yeah.
and there is a special way of telling once your food is dry. Package it in a clear
Bottle or
or
plastic
even
bag?
a plastic bag, as long as you can seal it. Keep it in a cool, dry place. Check it every day. Give it a little shake. If anything like moisture appears on the bag, open it
Dry
up,
it.
re-dry it. If anything like mold appears on the bag, throw it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We won't go on much longer, but we just thought we'd show you this because some people may be interested, and it's also sort of ties in with the book.
Yeah, it does tie into the book. It's really basic. It's fun to
Yeah.
do. It's amazing what you can dry. You can dry eggs. It's
She
amazing.
dries eggs.
It's an amazing
Okay.
thing.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Drop by our hiking blog and check out our video about Food to Go, the outdoor food book, or just say hello. G'day from Australia.